Hi everyone, I'm so happy that you're here to join me for the Way of the Animal podcast. Welcome back to this week's podcast. I thought we'd talk about being seen. I can't think why.
What do you mean by being seen?
So, it's one of those things that I struggle with because to advertise my business or to do some of the creative things that I want to do, it involves being seen. And I feel like you're still like, what? What do I mean?
No, not at all. I'm wondering just with that, whether it's being seen or being judged.
I think that's some of the reasonings for the fear behind it. But I think it's more like, do I need to, am I now at the stage, and I think it's a bit of an age thing, it's like, do I need to be seen? Like, what's the point? Could I just
hide away?
Disappear into my own little world? But then I feel like I have so much value to give to the world, and I'm not doing that.
Okay. So being seen is one of those hard things, because being seen opens you up to other people's perspectives and other people's opinions. Whereas if you hide away, then you're safer?
Yeah. I think it's probably is like a whole safety thing. It's just like, I feel in a world where everyone's vying for attention.
There is a lot of that.
Am I just adding to the noise then just...
I think there's a really interesting thing, sorry to cut you off, but there's a really interesting thing with that there is so much noise.
Yeah.
Like, to be seen 20 years ago was so much easier than to be seen now. Because to be seen now, there's just so many voices screaming out into the void that it's hard.
Well, it's like, the sort of social media mayhem of it. And I just don't like... this is why I thought it'd be interesting to talk about it, because I just don't know, like, I would really like to help more people and their animals.
Yes.
And I think part of that is people need to see the face behind the business that I have and sort of get to know me. And this is part of the podcast. It's like, I'm being heard.
Yes. It's a form of being seen.
It is. And, there's that sort of, sometimes, especially, when we grew up in the 80s and 90s, is, a lot of the time kids were to be seen and not heard, there's sort of, I'm not saying that my parents were like that, but there is that bit, even just adults in that generation who were, people in your life could, like, you're being too much or too much you, and and then now it's just like everyone's out there being seen and heard, and it's quite a complex thing to
really is approach. And I find there's a certain degree of being seen that seems false with social media and everything like that. You see all these things put forward and you see it, and then it's like, is that actually real? Is that...
Yeah.
So then you doubt everything, which then I think makes it hard when you try to be seen, that you worry that people are going to think it's not real.
Yeah, I don't worry so much about that because I genuinely am just me.
Yes.
There's all this is how you grow your social media. You do this, you post this many times, make sure you do it like this, do it like that with the whatever and this and that, and there's always like that constant spam of, we can boost this, even the podcast, your podcast. I think one of the ones was your hidden podcast or something. It was like something really like no one views you.
No one sees you.
No one sees you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's your marketing campaign? Wow, how nice.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's designed to prey on your insecurities
Yeah.
to get your money.
I tell you that I did not want anything to do with them because if that's the way that they're seeing
running
it,
their
because
business. Yeah.
I feel like the amount of people that listen to each podcast is the people that need to listen to it, and whether it reaches 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. This is the scale I'm in. I just know that it's reaching people who get to hear it, and perhaps they find some value out of it, or perhaps they just enjoy having us two chatting in the background, and it gives them comfort. You know, it's like
that makes sense.
I'd love for more people to be into it and hear it more, just because it's just like more people are getting something out of it. You know, but I feel very aware that the challenges I have with gaining clients and sort of gaining reach with a lot of my things is that this hang up on being seen is undercurrent of it all. So I'll do something and then be like, ooh, and I do it, I put it up, or I do the podcast, but there's always that vibe of, ooh, I hope not, and then that's always gonna sort of put a protective wall around it that some people will not want to.
Yes, and it's a really hard thing, that kind of imbalance of wanting to be seen but not wanting to be seen.
Yeah.
And that definitely to me seems like it's a security thing, and I think a lot of people probably have that the idea of being seen and successful and things happening is great. But the idea of being seen is scary. And then if you're seen and you get a negative response from it, well, then that just reinforces the idea that...
Yeah.
And I remember, I can't remember where it was or what it was, but it was something, and it was however many billion people there are in the world. So if less than 1% of them see you and are on a similar wavelength and acknowledge and really get into you, that's still millions of people.
Yes, it's still a few from a million.
Yeah, that's it. It's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you don't need everyone.
No, I don't want to be popular. I've never wanted that. It's just like, I think my fear is that undercurrent of not being seen is actually stopping people who need me or want to be sort of part of who I am and what I do, don't see me,
Yeah, so you get worried about people who would benefit from it not seeing you.
Yeah.
But you get worried about being seen and judged.
Yeah, it's honestly, I can't be bothered with the excess noise and nonsense that comes with it. I value my peace so much. Having struggled a lot with my own mental health and stuff, I don't want to create more nonsense for myself, and it affect me in that way, I suppose.
It's interesting because I'm just thinking of a YouTube creator's video that we watched last night, and they were saying how their way they've taken on, and YouTube's like their business, that's how they make money really, but the way they've changed it has gone from being pushing to only doing things that sort of light them up and they find creative and
they enjoy.
Like, it's more about enjoying it than anything else. Now they're immensely successful at what they do, so it's quite easy to be like that when you're already seen and already successful. But I think it's that hard thing about creating something for other people and holding space for other people, is that you have to try and do it when it feels right and you're in the right energy and everything is right, because you don't want to just be, or at least for myself, you don't want to be just turning out rubbish.
I think though as well, you can just become to that point where and they talk about this, there's never a right time. You can and I think that's what I've done to myself with
there's never a right time, but also that if you fall into for this algorithm, you need to do this length of content and this time and that.
I just want it to be what I create and the way I create it. And
which I think is a really nice way to be.
Authenticity of who I am and what I'm creating. And, you know, I fully realize that isn't for everyone, but then that perhaps means that the people who watch, listen, connect, whatever, are people who genuinely are interested in what I'm about.
That's it.
Rather than it just being, look, here I am, another generic person putting out
that's it.
Similar content. And it's just like, it's constant. And it actually, like, I look at the constant nonsense on the
noise.
The noise on social media. I'm just like, you're all doing the same thing. You're not even being just you.
Well, that's because I'm sure there's something you can click on there that'll tell you
do this, do that.
If you do these 5 steps, you'll do.
Well, that thing where it was like, you know, you point at the word bubbles, and it makes me cringe. I'm like, does that feel good to you? Do you feel like that's actually getting people's attention, or do you feel like you're just doing it because it's what you're told to do?
But then it's that side of it is that if you feel if you don't do that, you don't get seen.
Well, there's definitely
you don't get the reach.
There's definitely that, and like I was listening to some other YouTube creators. Can you tell we watch a lot of YouTube? But actually, like, it delved deep more into what they're doing, and they were saying, you know, it's like now at this stage, they don't think that even YouTube know what their algorithm does and how it works anymore. Like, it just doesn't seem to make, like, there's not a logical sense to it in the same way anymore.
No, I don't think there is. And I think everything gets skewed so rapidly because there's this frantic fight for your attention.
Yeah.
Because we've all seen that thing where you search one thing on your phone and then for the next 6 months, every advert is that thing like screaming in your face. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, oh, I wonder about this. Like really random out of the blue thing. Oh, look, that's interesting. And then it won't leave you alone because it's, you know, the algorithms and everything think, oh, let's shove this down his neck and he's going to spend money.
We were even talking about this the other day because of, like, there's ideas and things that I've been thinking about sort of expanding into with the business. Not that I'm doing a lot of the other stuff that I do focus on, but I've had these people already doing that. And then I had that realization of, no, I see 2 other people doing something similar like that because that's what I'm into and what I'm looking at. But
I don't see any of that.
Yeah, you don't see that at all. It's like, oh, there's other people doing that, really? Yeah. You know, and it's just, and obviously that's also a thing as well. It's like, there's other people doing that. It puts you off, but realizing that everyone is so different that the other people doing it won't be able to have the capacity for every person that they because they're different,
and they
so they don't
right,
that's it, they're not right, they don't gel, you know. It's like different people need to do the same or similar things because it has to have the right feel and the right person that for each individual that is requiring whatever.
Definitely.
So you know, sometimes that quest for uniqueness is realizing that you don't need to quest for your uniqueness because you are uniquely you, and that brings in whoever is right for you, whatever, them, for them, but words.
There's definitely, though, there is a thing, and I've thought about it before because I'm going to be 40 soon. In my work life, I'm relatively good at what I do, and people who know me respect that. But over the years, I've always looked at things and thought, well, you know, if I pushed this or pushed that, more people would know me, more people would see me, and I could make a bigger thing of myself.
Do you want that?
Well, that's kind of the flip side of it.
I think this is the whole being seen issue I'm having at the moment is creatively excites me to do more things. And I'm even thinking about, you know, I've always had a YouTube channel running and recorded bits and bobs and here and there, and never spoken on it, never really show my face on it. But there's old gathering videos from in the hills in Scotland with the dogs and our old farm, and you know, and then there was a period where I just enjoyed doing moments in time where I was
Yeah.
just recording little moments that caught my eye, and they're just
Yes.
little short videos. And then there's also been like holidays or events and things like that. I kind of record and put together videos. I love videography.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it, but I'm learning. But
Yeah.
I really enjoy that creative aspect of the visual, because I've always loved taking pictures, but like creating visual feel, it's like I bring feeling into it. I think I've spoken to it
with
about
a video
it before.
you can get more into it than just a picture.
And so like I love that, but then there's that, I think a lot of that people want a little bit more personal. Like they want to have someone kind of talk a little bit about
That's it. They
things,
want that personal connection.
because I think otherwise it's just a bit kind of, there's that disconnection. It doesn't allow a better connection. Mm-hmm. So, then there's that, well, I don't know if I want, like, because I see other people's YouTube videos and all the comments, and like they're all lovely, a lot of them, but it's just like,
Yeah, and especially with things like that.
But I can have the comments turned off, but obviously the idea with the YouTube channel is you have comments, because then it causes traffic, which gets you more money with your monetization if you ever get to that stage.
Yeah.
Also,
people like it.
People
really like to be able to have their say.
Yeah.
To be able to express their opinion.
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting thing, because that's probably something to do with not being seen, not being heard.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like if they can comment on a YouTube video, and even better, have the person who made it reply, they can feel like they're being seen.
Do you like being heard? Yes.
Callan likes to be seen with his squeaky toy.
We were speaking about this squeaky toy the other day, Callan, and saying that you haven't done it for months. And the minute the podcast came out, you're like, I want to play with my squeaky toy. Yes. Yeah. So I think, and it's like, obviously, I love you, Callan. Maybe later. Yeah. I think there's that that deep-rooted fear with it, and it's that feeling of, if I don't kind of work with that and do it in a way where I feel comfortable and good with being seen, that it's not going to allow it to be seen.
Yes. So I completely get that. One of the ones I find interesting, and this goes back to a previous podcast, is self-acceptance. I find, or at least my perception of things like public comments back upon yourself, especially through the internet, which can be such a, at times, toxic place, is that if you can see and accept your limitations and things that other people might find as flaws in you, and you're comfortable with that, and you're like, yep, this is where I am. And if you really are accepting of where you are and who you are, it doesn't really matter what comment you can get, because they're not going to tell you anything you didn't know, know.
And I suppose in a way I am. Like I am, but not with a wider audience yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so like I am just
sense.
Like, oh, whatever, I am what I am. And that, like, no outside influence can influence the way I make a video.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to make it a certain way to reach a certain audience. I'm going to make it a way that I'm like, oh, I like the feel of that. I like the imagery. I like how that is. And the only thing that can inspire me is other amazing videographers.
Yes.
Not necessarily their actual content, but how they produce a video, So that's like the influence I get. But yeah, it's just that kind of, is that almost like, when you're anything like that, where I feel like you're opening your heart to the world,
You are putting yourself out there. It's like standing naked in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying, this is me, and you're allowing people to, like I say, like, judge you. I think with being seen, especially with social media and YouTube and things like that, there's definitely a degree of how you present yourself and how you react to those comments and things that affect things. So some people are very encouraging and very almost jokingly, oh, the comments will put me right on this and they'll correct that, which makes it a very open and friendly. Oh, yeah, look, I was wrong about that. Whereas other people are just completely ignore it, and then there's some people that get really
they'll have
defensive about it.
Yeah, defensive, or there's the other people, third type, who'll focus on the one bad comment over 600 good comments.
Yes, I know the person you're thinking about. Yep.
And
that'll ruin them.
And that'll be it. They'll be really upset.
Yeah, because one person who was having a bad day struck out.
And it's like, genuinely, I see it a lot in the comments of videos, people like, you should do this or you should do that. And they're actually just trying to help you to produce a better video.
But it can
be a bit like, what?
I know what it's like when you're driving and someone sits next to you and tells you how you should be driving.
On the road. But yeah, I think and knowing who I am, I think I'd be very similar to that person who would
read the one comment that could possibly be interpreted as negative.
Yes.
You would interpret it as negative and then you would focus on it for the rest.
And just be like, I failed.
Yes.
And then, it comes into that fear of failure. But so then instead of failing, I just don't do anything.
Yeah.
But then I feel really crap because I'm not doing anything.
You're not being seen. You're not getting the interaction. You're not getting the... Yeah.
So here I am. Still.
So out of curiosity, because you do have a lot of YouTube videos across 2 channels.
Yeah.
How many of them have the comments turned on? Okay.
I think I've got them turned on the podcast for this, but YouTube isn't my podcasting platform.
Yes, no, it's not.
It's it's the places where people actually listen to podcasts more, which is Spotify and things.
But do you think think about your most popular video, how many comments do you think you could have had on that?
I don't know if the comments were turned on that or not.
I believe they were turned off.
Oh, okay. Why? Did you want to comment?
No, I didn't want to comment about how you were doing it wrong. But, that holding back from being... Because that's a way of holding back from being seen. Because what you're doing there is you're putting this thing out there, but only kind of half out there, so you're not able to get feedback.
And this is what I've been doing for years now, is half doing it.
Because you're protecting from the possibility of being seen.
And then, because I'm doing that, I'm not getting the connection that, in a way, I seek. And it's not like I don't really need validation. I just want to know people are seeing it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not looking for recognition, validation. It's just like, even if people are like, oh, that was good, I like that.
You're not getting?
What?
Connection.
Yeah. Funny that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should go and turn all your comments on everything.
Okay, excellent.
Just open the floodgates.
Excellent.
There'll be so many that you can't actually keep up with.
Well, I think I turned them off because I did a really quick short video of just the cows in the shed, and someone put, you should have just left that on the camera.
Wow.
After that, I was just like, oh, I'm done with that.
Interesting.
It was the only comment I've ever had on YouTube, and I was just like, right, forget it then.
Yeah.
That's what's going to come forwards, forget it.
But that is the sort of thing that will come forwards.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think that's the thing, if you want to create and put things out there, that's kind of parcel of it. And, I always think about it because I enjoy writing. Mm-hmm. I always think about it with writing and books and how fixated some people get on, this is how you write a book. This is how it should be structured. This is how everything, this is the... And then you'll get some books that people love,
but they're not that.
Yeah. But other people that absolutely hate.
Yeah.
And then...
It's all just personal. Like I said, it's like, I'm not looking for everyone to see me and to be totally popular. I'm just looking for the people who are on the same wavelength, the same vibe, just enjoy what I put out there. And just them, whether it's one or two people, I don't really care.
Yes.
At this stage, that's like, well, at least I'm seen by one or two people,
Yep, exactly.
But
it's hard, and you do get that negativity come through, and I've seen it. It always makes me laugh. I saw it on there was something about agriculture and farming, and It was someone very passionate about being vegan and about how bad livestock farming was. And they were just full of anger and upset about the whole thing. I've seen the exact opposite on a video that was about someone being vegan, of someone who wasn't vegan, just tearing into them. And both of the ones, the best comments I saw as responses to either of these two opposites, like, this clearly isn't content for you. Why are you interacting with it? Why are you coming here just to say, I don't agree with this? Go and watch the content that's for you.
One of the things that always sticks with me, if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything.
I was always brought up like that.
But I feel like that's the state we're in with social media, is people they don't hold anything back.
But there's that really weird psychological thing, which is
a one-upmanship.
It's a one-upmanship, and it's that if I can say something negative about you, that makes me better.
Feel better. Yeah, I know.
And it's people who are really struggling, who aren't happy with where they are. If they can put you down because you're doing something, then they feel better because they're not doing something.
Yeah.
And it's a sorry state of affairs, but it is a psychological thing that social media and being seen in the public eye definitely has an effect. It's kind of a heavy thing. Yeah,
like it is. It's kind of why I wanted to talk it through with you, because it's something that we've not talked about a lot.
No, we've not.
And I thought other people it would be really interesting to see what they thought. Comment on my YouTube video of the podcast if you've got any insights on being seen.
But that's the thing, isn't it? It's hard. And I hear it a lot with content creators giving advice to people who are like, oh, I was thinking about going into it. Always the number one bit of advice is you have to be thick-skinned.
Yeah.
You have to just accept that people are going to throw rubbish at you, and that's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of themselves. Yeah. And so, the person saying you should have just left that on the camera. So that's someone who didn't create anything for themselves and then didn't like that yours wasn't good. Like, I don't understand where that comes from.
I don't know.
But it clearly comes from some inadequacy in themselves.
Or belief in inadequacy.
Or believed inadequacy, yes. And if they can say to you, well, yours isn't as good as mine, or yours isn't good, then that validates what they're saying. And I think that's just the case of it.
Yeah. So, but I think part of my challenge is overcoming that fear.
And accepting that.
And in doing that, that's like I have to actually just do it.
Yeah. You kind of, it's one of those things you can't think or feel, or the only way through that one is to actually do it and just be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But then there's nothing wrong with not being able to handle that and being aware of that's where you are.
Well, it's like, I can just take the stamp that I can have comments turned on and for a long time not look at them.
Yeah.
And then when I feel like I can handle it.
You can have comments. Comments, thank you. You can have comments turned on, and then I'll read them, and then I can tell you the ones to read.
You'll be my filter.
Yeah. I'll make up an anonymous account and sit and shout back at people. I think it's that
fear. It's the fear of other people's behavior influencing how I feel about myself, and whether I continue to, quotation, try to be seen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like whether I continue that journey or not.
It's kind of that thing of being out driving and having someone beeping their horn and shouting and swearing at you. And it's generally because they're having a bad day. And it's like, it's that hard thing. Like some people will be like that.
It's like, it's hard not to take it personally because it
feels personal. Yeah. It's not, but it feels personal.
Yeah. So that's my journey so far with being seen, and it's been 6 years.
Yeah. It's a hard one, and I don't have a lot of, my advice is just
get on with it.
Get on with it. But that doesn't really help because I don't do a lot of being seen.
No.
I don't mind when I am seen.
Yeah.
But I don't really put myself out there to be seen.
No. And it's like, I think there's still fear-based, but sometimes I'm like, I just can't be bothered. Like, why am I even trying to be seen?
Yeah.
You know, why am I bothering? But then it's like, no, because I want, like, I know I'm good at what I'm like, yeah, I know I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really good at helping people with their animals, like, so good at it. And this hang-up is preventing me from reaching people that I can help.
Yep. And it's...
Or them finding me, you know? It's kind of what's faltering the whole business.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about, actually, I've put stories out there into the world, and I've had everything from putting short stories out from someone saying, this is fantastic, if you ever write a book, I want to buy it, to people just saying really horrible things. I had one place where I put up a short story it was on a Facebook page, and it was just like, here's a short story I wrote for you guys to look at and think, whatever. And there was someone who was really negative about it and then said, I'm not going to edit your story for you for free. And fortunately, the group was actually quite good. And everyone jumped on this person and was like, he never said to you, can you edit this for free? He was like, look, here's a story. What do you guys think? It would be nice to get a feedback on it. Like, it was just... Yeah. But that's the sort of thing you'll get.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be fair, that person, I think what they were trying to do was sell themselves as an editor to me. I'm not really sure. It's not quite how I would go about selling myself, but...
I think there's like, it's that, I suppose, part of the foundation, like the roots of the tree, the foundation of what I get to do with this is be sure of who I am and myself. Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think
sometimes I'm not that. So,
well, no, you can't.
Believe in myself. It's believing in yourself. And I think that's the challenge, is actually believing that what you do, who you are, what you say is valued just through yourself, not through how other people are with it. It's like having that kind of strength, and I think that's the challenge.
Yeah. So again, I can't remember where it came from, but I listened to, heard something about someone, a writer, and they said they write stories that they like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, once they finish their book or whatever it is, they like it and enjoy the story.
Yeah.
So then at that point, they don't really care what anyone else thinks.
I've got to make sure that I enjoy creating what I want to create.
Yeah, and then what you create is like, that's like, I really, I like it.
Yes.
It might not be for you, but I like it.
Yeah.
And as long as you like it, well, then it doesn't really matter if someone else doesn't like it.
And I think it's like, creativity is such a core thing that as humans we get to enjoy. Mm-hmm. And I think in this whole being seen thing, and it's like, I don't need to create for more than just myself.
Yeah.
But I also just like to share it.
Yes.
Share it with people. That's that community. Like, I think as a human animal, like
connection.
We like that connection, and I just want to share it so other people get some joy out of it. Or
yes.
I don't know if joy is the right word.
No, but definitely joy is
enjoyment.
The right word. Enjoyment, yeah.
Yeah, entertainment.
But again, it's that thing, sometimes just create for yourself is more than enough, because I look at the paintings that we did, and there's some of the paintings that I did that are really not very good, which I don't enjoy. But there's a couple of them that I did, and I'm no artist, not that sort of way inclined. I really like them.
Yeah.
I really, really like them. The feeling, everything about them. Yeah. It's not the Mona Lisa. It's not.
But it's not meant to be creativity is just meant to be your personal expression.
That's it. It's for me, and I really like it. And I'm sure if I put it out there would be some other odd person like myself that liked it.
Yes.
There might be a lot of people that think that it looks like a 3-year-old did it, but that's the thing. Yeah. I really like it. So when other people see it and judge it, well, I don't really mind too much, because in myself, I like it. And yet, it's not great, but I like it.
It's just like, I was thinking about it. It's like, when something fun or funny or interesting happens in my day, how much I always like to share it with you.
Yep.
You in particular being, the closest person to me. But also like friends and family, I'll do the same. And it's just like, it's like knowing that close people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Other people would enjoy it too, and find it interesting, exciting, and, So I think it's like that greater sense of sharing your whatever.
Out of curiosity, how many people like your blips?
Not as many as they used to, because I stopped trying so hard with it. That make sense?
I know that's a journey that you've been through with that. But I also remember that a while back in it, you had loads of people going through your, loads of people that you were connecting with that were really enjoying your photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've kind of lost a lot of passion from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that again comes back to the creating what lights you up, what inspires you. Yeah. And if you're creating something to be seen in the world, if it doesn't inspire you and you don't feel passionate about it, well, you're probably not going to get as many people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's a struggle with me, is like changing my undercurrent, my foundation, my roots of how I feel about the whole thing, so that it opens me up to actually allowing people to see the things. I think, it's almost like the energy I bring to it, such as barrier of fear and needing to protect myself, that, people aren't going to see things because I'm like, I'm here-ish. Don't really want it to be seen, so there'll be like one or two will get through the filter, but really beyond that, it's like, no, it's just like having a mirror, right? They can only see themselves, they don't see what's there.
Yeah, it's a hard part of being seen.
Yeah, still, I think that's still part of the journey, but I think in holding myself back from actually doing it,
you're preventing growth.
I'm preventing it from, like, instead of thinking that I need to be 100% feeling right, instead I should just do it and get into doing it, and then what will be.
It's one of those things. It's the when's a good time? Well, now.
Yeah. Well, it's because
if you wait till you're ready, you'll never be ready.
Yeah, you'll never be ready. Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's it. And that's what I've been talking about. Sort of perhaps doing a bit more with my YouTube channel, which I think I call it like Janet's Life Journey or something like that. And there's not much on it. There's some early days stuff, there's some middle stuff, and then actually, ironically, in Canada, it just kind of came to a halt. So yeah, and you'd think in Canada it would be
there's so
much. Yeah. But then I have that. Why would anyone want to watch that?
Look at the things you watch on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Why would anyone want to watch that?
Exactly. Well, it's like even, there's that gardening guy who just has a really nice vibe to him. He's just really chill, and it's just like, yeah, sometimes you just want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So the answer to being seen is just do it?
Yeah.
And I think it's true that you can't prepare yourself for handling being seen and the positives and the negatives that come with it without actually doing it. You can sit and think about it and worry about it. Well, I think you can create
a stronger foundation of belief in yourself. Really work on believing in yourself and kind of having that underneath it. But I think that comes along with doing it. I think it's just like
I do
building
think it's
confidence.
Worth sitting down and looking at what are the weaknesses here that I think people will point out. Because some people will point out a weakness that you don't think is a weakness, and it'll have zero effect on you. It's the ones that point out a weakness that you feel is a weakness that really have it. So if you can sit and go, okay, these are the things. Yeah. Am I comfortable to show these things? Yeah. Yeah, if I'm comfortable to show these things.
And then I just have this like, do I want people to see my life? Is it just easier not to have people, especially with the YouTube channel,
My comment with that is that if you are contemplating being seen, then yes. The reason that then you're coming up with do I really want it? Is there a way you can try and avoid the being seen?
Well, it's like that thing, I really enjoy the videography of it. So like I kind of want to do it because I really enjoy it. But then,
But then it feels hollow because no one else is enjoying it with you.
Yeah. I just even like it's got to the stage I do so many videos and bits and bobs, like I'll share it with my family and they don't even really comment. I think they watch it, but it's just like they're just so used to me sharing random videos, quite interesting videos and things, and just being like, there's another one of Janet's nice videos,
It was a little bit like when you were doing a lot of photography.
Yeah.
You would share some amazing pictures, but everyone, close friends and family, were so used to seeing it. It was kind of expected.
Yeah, it's like, there's another one of
There's
Janet's
another
great
one of the photos.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, then, you know, that's the recognition of, I like the acknowledgement.
There's nothing wrong with wanting the acknowledgement.
But it should just come from myself, no?
No, it should come from yourself first.
I think I want people to enjoy what I've created. It's still that I want people to enjoy what I've created. I want them to.
I have quite firm confidence in myself. I do like, and it helps affirm my confidence in myself when other people see that.
Yeah.
You know, when other people put a value in you, it doesn't matter who you are. It's a nice feeling. Yeah. It's a nice feeling to have that recognition and that value. That's why there are celebrities. That's why there are social media influencers.
And I wonder if, like, what plays into it and maybe why Canada's made me sort of step back a bit with it is the whole, because we're immigrants, like, the governmental position on you is, you know.
It is. But then, again, that's that thing. That's that whole, the way you see Canada and your life here is different to the way everyone else here sees their life. Cause, you know, it's kind of like you just got that different opinion, view, the different things you see. But even from the things that I see, it's that unique perspective, and that's what people like to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Or maybe I'll put a link to my YouTube channels in the podcast.
You should do.
And people can have a look at my old stuff because it's quite old a lot.
And you can turn on the comments so that anyone who found it through this can say they found it through this.
They can say, I found it through this. God, I should have kept on the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Well, thank you for... Because I think I just need to talk. And it would be one of those ones that we would have had this chat on a journey or something like that. But it's like, this is what the podcast is about, was like talking about these things, the way they're affecting us personally and the way we feel and see it. And
it is that part of it that you would, and I know this, that you would like to grow your following on YouTube and things like that and be reaching more people with it. So...
Why aren't I?
Why aren't you? This is like, but this, though, I bet you there's hundreds of people, there's more people out there than will actually get to listen to this podcast that are in the exact same position as you, that need to hear the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
That's where this podcast is quite nice, because realistically, what we end up talking about is things that are going on in our lives.
Yeah.
And while we quite often take that sort of third person view of just talking about it as a broader subject, it is literally because we need to talk through it ourselves.
Yeah.
And that talking through it ourselves and the resolutions we come to is part of what, well, that would help someone else to listen to how we struggled with it.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you.
Thank you.